what up? It's been a minute, my bad. Been doing shit, but I'm gonna go over the Excel saga, so stick around. Hope you guys enjoy. So let's start this shit, alright? So Excel Saga, the anime, an adaptation of the manga, which I think just finished back in 2011. It started in 96, finished in 2011. The anime itself ran from 99 to 2000. So it's one of the last remaining animes from the 90s to make it in. The anime focuses on character Excel and her conquest through this organization called the Cross, which is controlled by this guy you see right here. They basically aim to take over just one city and eventually the world. Sorry about that, but apparently it is what do you call that? It's actually many things, but of course it is basically a humorous anime, focusing more on comedy, and you get to see a lot of fucking jokes at different animes. Like I believe they make fun of the what's it called, man? I'm blanking out right here. Space pirate. Bardock, I believe, and then also Robotech, fucking Galaxy Railways. Man, it just makes fun of every anime. You'll see it throughout the show. But like I said, it's a comedy, focuses on them trying to take over, plus some subplots. An immigrant working from Mexico, working in Japan. The director, Watanabe Shinichi, dressing up as a character from Lupin the Third and just coming out in the show. Or just more randomness with fucking little cute ass fucking aliens invading the planet and trying to take it over, and just crazy and overall crazy shit. When I recommended this to many people, they're like, "What the fuck did you make me watch? What is this?" And that's what this anime is really like. Like, you don't know what the fuck you're watching. Is there a main plot? I don't know really. I gotta read the manga. But in the anime, you really don't see it except for the whole taking over kind of shit that they do. Of course, like one of these animes, you're gonna have a lot of characters, and there's some characters I did not include, and it's just because I didn't really see them a lot in that show.
When we go to shop, to go shopping some more, we like to go shop at the department store.
Alright, so the main character, of course, is Excel. The show's named right after for her, and the manga was written for her. She's the main character. In the beginning of the anime, we see her coming out of high school, graduating. One of her friends asks what she's going to do, but she totally blows her off because that's Excel's character. She's overly excited to prove herself, is very narrow-minded, does not see the wider picture unless it involves food, and will do anything for her employer, which is Lord at Palazzo. And we get to see a lot of that in the show, so be expecting her. She's like the annoying hot character in the show. Our next character is Hyatt. She doesn't get into the show until like episode 2 or 3, I believe. She comes from space. She's actually some kind of royal family blood type princess. My guess is making fun of Tenchi Muyo. She arrives and ends up being an under officer for a Cross alongside Excel. She does have anemia, but I'm pretty sure she just sucks up any energy from anything she touches that you'll see throughout the show. And yeah, she's fucking hot, right? Let's go on. Then we have their boss, the leader of a Cross, Lord Il Palazzo. I don't know, this character is very cynical, not really humorous at all. He's like the opposite of Excel. I think that's why she's in love with him. He just basically sends him on missions, sits on his chair, and just does whatever he wants. It's been hinted though that he wanted to be a musician because he tries to play guitar in a couple episodes. He's not very good, so he ends up just giving that shit up and not trying to pursue it. But that's basically his role in the show. He's like Zordon. So, and then we have Menchi, the dog, girl dog, by the way. She's introduced in episode 1 when Excel was working really hard and didn't have money for food. She's like, "You'll be my backup food," and that's basically what she is in the show. She does have a couple of her own episodes that she goes into, but Menchi is basically just there for food, and it's really sad because she even sings his ending song. And then we have Kabapu, or hopefully I spelled it right. He's a leader and organization, basically the mayor of the entire city where they're at, City F, and he's in charge of the special task group or whatever. And he has some kind of past in Palazzo. And one of his worker bees is Toru Watanabe. He lives actually right next door to Excel and Hyatt, and he's actually in love with Hyatt, and joins to be a civil servant just to impress her. And he's broke always and hungry as fuck and complaining like a motherfucker. He's just a very depressed dude. But it's pretty fucking funny when he complains to his friends who live with him as well. One of them being fucking Norikuni Iwata. This guy's like, he's just like the male version of Excel, except less hyper for some reason. He also joins the workforce along his friends, and he ends up just hitting on every hot chick in the workforce. Don't worry, they come up because they're main characters like him, and he ends up getting shot up most of the time. Basically the same thing like Excel. Then we have Sumiyoshi. He is a silent character. He only speaks to bubbles, like in the comic books, so you never really hear him talk or anything like that. He's more of the smart one, the one that thinks through and helps his other two friends out. I wish he was more into the show because this fool's hilarious, but again, he's a side character. They're part of a subplot, so that's what you get, right? Then we have Misaki Matsuya. We don't get to see her till episode 9-ish or 7-ish, around there. She comes in and she joins the civil servants and helps the other guys do menial tasks that their boss fucking puts them on. She's actually very strong-willed and sees the mission through, even though she feels like the other fools just drag her down. But hey, that's what she's there for, right? She also, in the beginning when she's introduced, they really focus on her body and breasts for some reason. I guess it's a joke, but it's just pretty hilarious. Made me laugh. And then we have the rope and Matsu units. Unit 1 is the bigger one. Unit 2 is the smaller one. They get introduced later on in the show, like in the halfway mark. Their units are stationed for the Civil Defense Service, so they're with them and they help them out. They're robots. Of course, they're very human-like, except they had to take orders a lot. But they were a good addition. I liked it, especially when they became Power Rangers. And this is their creator, Gojo Shioji. He's this intelligent guy who has a fucking, I don't know how to say it, but I don't know if I'm using this term correctly, a Leota fetish, where he likes being older brother to little girls. He likes little girls. You'll see that throughout the show. They do not hide it. Trust me. This who likes them little girls. A Leota complex? I think that's what it is, right? I don't know if that I'm saying it right, but I think that's what he has. I swear to God. And then Pedro, my man Pedro, working in Japan to make money, send money back, which I'm guessing is Mexico. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty fucking sure. You see him in episode 1. He works at the Excel, that fucking job, and then he ends up fucking being killed, being a ghost. Goes back to his family, but he's a ghost, so they can't see him. And his story was fucking interesting as fuck, especially when it turns out that, I'm not gonna give it away, but yeah, there you go, Pedro, my man Pedro. And then another subplot character we get, which is actually the fucking director himself, putting himself in the anime. We have Nabashin. Of course, like I said earlier, he's dressed in clothing from Lupin the Third. You guys haven't seen Lupin the Third, go watch that. Pretty good anime and movies. Like I said, he's dressed up. He's like the action side of the show. The action character gets shit done, has a lot of shit in his afro, pulls out guns, gets shit done. That's Nebashi's role. He actually becomes mentor later on to many of the characters in the show. His shit does not make sense, but that's pretty much like 70% of the show. So it's not really of a shocker to have this fool in the show. But he's cool though. He's cool. And then of course we have the Great Will, the Macrocosm. I don't know what this is from. I think I've seen it somewhere, but basically she can rewind time in case characters die, which will happen a lot in the show to fix the timeline. And she's a female, so she gets down. But yeah, like I said, she just rewinds time. Is really only used for that. In the beginning, it looks like she's working exclusively for Cross. Towards the end, though, I do not know what she's up to because I'm not gonna reveal it because that's part of a subplot. And then we have the cutest little motherfuckers in the world, the Poochus. These guys are the cutest little motherfuckers I've ever seen. They fucking make the cutest sound. Oh my god, I would die. I I would just try to hold one and be like, oh, you're so cute. But of course, they're aliens actually trying to invade the world. So they have their own agenda. They're the ones that bring Hyatt to Earth. And this, I still don't understand what their deal was. Especially when some come back and they look like the fools from fucking the Space Pirate King and other fool animes. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. But apparently, if they get hit, their actual face expression is very fucking ugly as fuck. Like, total anti-cute to what they are. But I still, man, I want to have one just to fucking poke them every day. And be like, oh, you're so cute. But whatever. And then we have a very interesting character called That Man. Yes, he does not have a name. They just refer to him as That Man. I think he refers to himself as That Man. But he is just That Man. He's some kind of mobster dude, evil overlord. We don't know. It's kind of hinted at some point that he's actually Il Palazzo's boss. I do not know who That Man is, but he is not to be trusted. That man is evil. Alright? That truly really try to find his name, but this is really what they refer to him as, That Man. So that's some sketchy shit. And then we have Coco XI. He's actually the creator, the illustrator, and the writer for Cell Saga, the manga. It's a kind of a joke for every beginning of the episode for him to give his authorization for the manga to be for the anime to be transformed into whatever it is that day, depending if it's an action film, romance, comedy. He will give a stamp of approval, and that's basically the play on joke he does in the show. So that's really about it for him. But so like I said a little right now, so every episode is different. They do like a romance episode, an action just one, a racing one. They do every single one. It's just an anime making fun of other animes and shit like that at that time. So you won't see many new references. Actually, I don't know. I have not seen the newer manga, so I don't know what. And they still make fun of like newer anime, but they make fun of the old ones if you can know the references. Like I said, like Galaxy Railways, Captain Harlock, or the Pirate King. All this other anime they make fun of. So you'll be ready for that. So overall, this is a good anime. I recommend it to watch if you just want to watch something and not really pay attention to it. Go ahead, it's perfect. I have to give it a 6 out of 10. I've seen online they give them better reviews from what I've given it, but those are from people who love anime and know about this one. If someone just coming straight from how popular an anime is today, they're gonna come and watch this. They're not gonna like it because they don't know the references. They don't know. They just don't like the humor in it, and it's pretty funny if you really pay attention and know the references. So, another thing, I know there's more characters. I did not include all of them, just because they don't come out as much and they don't really matter. And I haven't really seen them in the manga as much. So, hey, hope you guys hit that sub. Catch you all next time.